And we are live. Welcome to another stream of the Crypto Herd, where we're going to have an AMA with Abel Chang from the Harvest team. Abel, welcome to the stream, man. How are you? Love the background. And you're muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. I muted myself so you can do the intro. Hey, Bruno, thank you for having me today. So, what's up?
Hey.
Have you played the Harvest before?
Yeah, we actually played in the same team, and I won. I won like some NFT or something.
Cool.
It was really nice. It was a really nice experience, and yeah, I'm quite hyped about how the harvest is going to turn out. It's a great project. Lots of ambition there. Lots of potential, I believe.
Yeah, we are, as I told you before on our previous chats, we are super focused on delivering the best gaming experience possible. We're super focused on gameplay and on the user, not on like other bullshits.
Okay, okay. We're going to get there. So, do you want to do like an intro about your role in the harvest, and do you want to tell us a bit about the project itself?
Yeah, sure. So as some of you may already know, I am Changzer, the community manager at the Harvest. I manage the gameplay sessions and all the community here. And about the project, the Harvest was actually it started its development by a small team, the Bridge Studios from Spain, in 2019. It was intended to be a premium game on Steam, and due to some settlebacks, it got like it was put on hold, its development, and only by late 2021, around December 2021, our company, FalcoGG, a Web3 gaming publisher, we found these guys from the Harvest, and we said, okay, we have to speed you up to Web3 and put you on blockchain. I think this game has a lot of potential, and we can do a lot with this.
So,
And
where
here
is
we
the
are.
company? And here we are. So, where is the company based?
The game development studios is in Spain,
In Spain right now. Okay.
and
Quite
the rest
interesting.
of the team is scattered around the globe. We have a team here in Brazil, in Argentina, in the Philippines, in Germany. We're all over the place.
Oh, that's cool. International community there. So, we
Yeah.
have here a few questions for you. So, the first question is, when are you guys going to rug pool? So, I sell my NFTs before. No.
So about that, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But if we're going to bet on that, I believe it won't be before 10 years from now.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
here to stay for a long time.
Yeah, I know, I know. I was just joking. Actually, I've tried the Harvest. It's already solid. The gameplay is really cool, even though it was just a pre-alpha of it. So I was like expecting kind of a clunky game, with lots of bugs. But actually, the match fluid was really fluid and fast-paced. I've tried like the Duke, but you also have other heroes like the Sahad, Kira, Ali. Each hero with its own pros, cons, and lives and play style. So actually I was quite impressed. Nowadays NFT games, they deliver like pre-alphas where you just see like one or two features or maybe like 5% of what the game is going to become. But I was quite impressed with the pre-alpha of the harvest. Quite
Yeah,
lots of potential
this
there.
is quite interesting that you touched that point. Most of the NFT gaming that we've seen so far, and especially from last year, most of them were using like your money and my money to develop the game through selling tokens early and leveraging that to their project so they can start building, meaning they were crypto guys trying to go into gaming.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
and we're totally the opposite of that. We're all the way around. We are a gaming company going to crypto, and
Okay.
and we
That's
and we are developing stuff, and we've been developing stuff this whole year, and we only had our first NFT sale like 2 weeks ago. we,
oh yeah, that was true. That was a success actually.
yeah, we sold out the legendary boxes. They sold out in 2 minutes. It was
Yeah, I know.
amazing.
I know. I bought two of them. Actually,
Nice.
I got two of them. But we're going to go there in a bit. So you mentioned like funding. You didn't do funding in a traditional way. So how did the Harvest funded the development of the game initially? Did you do like you didn't do IDOs or seed rounds or anything like that, right?
No, 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 we didn't. It was it's coming all from our pockets.
From your pockets? Okay,
Yeah.
quite interesting. So yeah, I do believe that doing IDO sometimes is really going to damage the economy. We've seen this in many projects. They do the IDO before they have a game, and then what happens is you have a token that has no utility in the hands of like 1,000 users. And since it doesn't have any utility, what do people do with that token? Well, they dump it in an exchange. So that's why actually I believe that it's highly beneficial for a project to do the IDO or public round or whatever after they have an ecosystem where players can spend that same token.
Yeah.
I think that's a smart strategy, honestly.
Yeah, about that, um, we are really not worried about token right now. We are like 100% focused on developing the game itself and the game mechanics. The actually this pre-alpha version that we've been playing this past few months, it's going to be discontinued. We're porting the game to Unreal 5 engine.
Yeah.
This one that we're playing, it's on Unreal 4. So we're like speeding up things to bring it to Unreal 5 and bring a lot of new game mechanics. So yeah, and another thing that important to mention here is the NFT cards, the
Yeah,
ones that.
I was going to talk about that. Tell us more about the NFT collections of this game.
So we've got a lot of artists working for us to do these cards. Each hero will have its own set of cards. These cards will give you more abilities, power ups, buffs, and there will be even some cheesy cards. For example, if you attach a card, there will be like a specific card that will increase your opponent's respawn time. Maybe
Oh,
like
that's interesting.
increase by 1.5 seconds or something like that. And you know that in a shooting game, 1 second can mean like a whole life.
Yeah, yeah, it can be a game changer, definitely. So you guys actually sold like a bunch of these NFTs. So I got a few questions about that. These NFTs aren't kept, right? There's not like a limit. Players, when you guys release the game, I think in Q3 of 2023 for everyone, right? Q1. Everyone is going to be able to earn these NFTs. So there's no limit for these NFTs, right?
Well, we have a supply limit.
Okay.
There will be a supply limit of cards of 7.2 million cards
Oh, okay.
throughout the game's life. Obviously, I think it will take a lot of time to reach that cap because there is a burning mechanics that you can level up those cards from level 1 to 10, and every time you want to level up, you have to burn a similar card, like the same card. You burn two cards to make one new one.
Okay, that's really interesting to like fight NFT inflation, I guess you can call it that.
Yeah, of course, and you also need to burn the in-game token to do this level ups.
EOL or AJR?
EOL, EOL.
EOL. Okay, that's
Uh,
cool.
let, let
So,
me open here.
do you
Let
want to
me
share your
see again.
screen?
Hold on a second. Let's see. NFT cards. Where is the level up here? I just want to make sure so I
Sure.
don't lie to you guys. Let me see here. Cards, common cards, NFT cards. Yeah, I think yeah, it's EOL.
Okay, good.
It's EOL to the cards level up. You use
EOL.
EOL exactly. Yeah, it's
So,
on it's on the white paper. There is
okay.
a token usage in-game token usage chart where we put it all there. Like,
Okay. And how many sales of these are going to happen? Like NFT sales? Was this the only one, or are you guys going to do more of this?
well, we're planning on doing maybe two at most, like
Okay.
one between one and two more sales before the launch. We don't want to like make so many sales, but because we've seen that already in other projects that they like before the sale before the launch game launch they do like infinite white listings and infinite sales, making it like there's no point of buying early, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then they just dilute the investors' investments. Then the ones who took the leap of faith in the beginning, you know.
Yeah,
So it's
and
like I'm early, I invest in the project, and then they do like 10 more sales. So all of a sudden, the NFTs I bought are not lost lots of their value because the supply just increased drastically.
yeah, I do believe that this actually punishes the early investors, the early buyers. I I don't know how to say this, but it's really bad if we like do like 10 sales or 20 sales before the
Yeah,
launch. Well, you all know that.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey Bruno, we got a question here
Oh yeah.
from Light Cloud. He's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
saying,
yes. About Steam, about Steam. I was actually leaving community questions for the end, but we can go for it right now. So Light Cloud mentioned, I see it's on Steam. How did your team pull that off? Since last time I checked, Steam was against NFTs and crypto. So what do you have to say about this, Changer?
so
That was a huge achievement, I guess.
no, actually, no. It's there is like a very very easy explanation for that. Is that because this build we're playing, the pre-alpha build, is for demo sessions. So there's no crypto and there's no NFT implemented in game yet. So that's why like Steam doesn't do anything about us. But for the future, when we go full blockchain, then of course we'll have to switch to another game launcher.
Ah, so it's temporary. So Steam is still anti-crypto, right? They still
Yes.
don't tolerate crypto. Because what I've heard, I actually had like a talk with the one guy from Boss Fighters, and what he told me was that he had like two different systems for his project. So one of them was like normal sales. There were like some transactions. He could buy like stuff from the game with fiat, and a percentage of that will go to Steam. And then on the other side, you would have like the Web3 decks and everything. So I think the way they're trying to make it work is leasing the game on Web2 platforms, and for that they're building two separate systems: one with fiat, where you can buy the assets, the in-game assets, and another one with crypto.
Oh, that sounds very complicated.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
That
it looks
sounds super complicated.
a bit
We
confusing.
we want this to be like super frictionless. So meaning that the game will always be free to play. Like talking again about the NFT cards. We'll have the common cards that will be for free.
Yes.
You'll be able to play with those common cards. You still earn the EOL, and then you can level up your common cards until they reach the level cap, and after that you can decide to like uh, upgrade that card to an NFT. Then you can sell it.
And that's all with EOL, right? You level it up with EOL, and then you can
Yes.
upgrade it to an NFT with EOL as well.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Okay.
hold on. I think
Okay.
it's using hard to convert to NFT, if I'm
Ah,
not
okay, okay.
mistaken. But anyway,
But okay,
you still be able to play without investing if you want. And if you want better cards, you just go to our marketplace or buy early on our sales and get the premium cards.
oh yeah. So I guess that premium versus non-premium, they're going to have like an advantage in stats and effects, right?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay,
Definitely, they will have a little bit of advantage. But before we touch that spot, some of you already might be thinking this could become a pay to win game, but I strongly disagree. I
okay.
strongly disagree because it is a shooter game. It's a shooter game with a lot of game mechanics, a lot of strategy. There,
Skill based mostly,
it's
right?
super skill based. There is, apart from the PvP, there is also the environment trying to attack you, because there will be NPCs and there will be bosses to fight along the map. So there's a lot of stuff to do, and the ability cards, they are not going to shoot for you. Maybe
Makes
they'll
sense.
give you a little bit more of health points, a little bit more of defense, critical, but it's still not shooting for you. It's not a aimbot card,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
you, you
makes
you
sense.
might you might be have an advantage on people that are at the same skill level as you. But if you encounter someone that plays better than you, maybe he can have common cards and still beat you.
Still beat your ass. That's right.
Exactly.
So, what about the next sales you guys are going to do? Are they going to have the same price as the one you did recently, or are you going to have like a higher price?
Um, yeah, probably. Most likely, it will be more expensive, right? Because as I said again, we cannot punish our
Early investors.
early investors. So yeah, most likely to be more expensive than the first mint.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. So now about you actually mentioned AHAR and the EOL token. So you guys are going to have two tokens that are capped, right? How's that going to work? Do you want to like add a comment on that? How are you going to like deliver a token for players that are playing and joining the ecosystem every day, and at the same time having like a limited supply of the same token?
Yeah, about the tokens, we cannot discuss so much about it right now. We are, as I said before, we're super focused on gameplay now. So there's still a lot of things to decide before we launch, and even before we deploy those tokens. So we cannot
Okay.
discuss so much about it yet.
Okay, it's still talking about it. I think it makes sense. It's something that really requires strategy, setting up a real nice strategy so that the game's economy doesn't die. Like we've seen these with Titan Arena. They have a cool game actually, but their economy went down like really fast because I think kind of rushed these. They didn't really plan it out really well. Okay, and I'm sure you guys don't want that to happen to such a cool game like the Harvest.
Exactly. We don't want we really don't want to rush on the token side. What we want is a part of like having an awesome game. We want players to finally have true ownership of their in-game assets. uh, I'm sure most of you have already spent a lot of money in other games assets, like buying skins in I don't know, like even if even myself, I don't know how much money I've spent buying skins in other games. And if you don't want to play that anymore, then you're screwed. Like there's nothing to do about it. And
Yeah,
maybe on Steam there are some games that you can sell
the
your
skins and
skins,
yeah,
but you don't get real money. You get Steam
Steam
credits.
points or yeah, Steam credits.
What
Yeah,
if
makes sense.
I sell a knife for €1,000, $1,000, and like how many games do I have to buy to spend all those credits, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, some may argue that, oh no, there are other websites that can do that for you, but it's all like a very, very shady. You have
Shady.
to you have to
Pay
trust
fees,
that.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to trust that I will send Bruno my knife and Bruno will send me the money, right? But with crypto, this doesn't happen.
It's the
I
free market.
on crypto, we can still do that with P2P, or we can do it super safely on our marketplace.
Okay. Actually, Light Cloud has another question. I think you mentioned you don't really want to talk much about the tokens, but here Light Cloud wants to know what is the plan to make sure you have the treasury to pay the players and not crashing like Xe. I think you guys are still setting up your strategy, right? You mentioned that.
Yeah, exactly. We're not touching so much about the tokenomics and treasury right now. As I mentioned before, our main focus is still building an awesome game.
Yeah,
We're
gameplay first, then crypto economy after. I think it makes sense. I think that approach is the right approach. So it's like is the harvest play to earn or play and earn or play to own or what are you going to call it?
we're calling ourselves Play and Earn.
Play and earn.
Pl-
Okay.
Play and Earn, because we, apart from like you having the true ownership of all your in-game assets, we also want to reward you for your time spent playing the game. So, meaning you'll be able to play, level up your cards, and then you can decide if you want to keep your cards to stay competitive, or okay, I don't want to play this anymore, so I sell my cards. Or I can even make it a job. I can like buy level 1 cards, premium level 1 cards, upgrade it up to level 10, and then make a profit out of it.
Yeah,
you
makes
know
sense. Makes sense. It's a cool thing. Is like these games, and they create like some sort of jobs and different ways of monetizing your in-game activity. So back when Axie was like still pumping, there were like these guys breeding. There were guys that were like playing at a very high competitive level, trying to get the access. And I think that's the future. Honestly, like it's the metaverse, the whole metaverse concept.
Yeah,
The
of course. And we about that, we really want to like bring in the Web 2 gamers into Web 3, bring them to the blockchain through this model, like ownership of the game assets. Like you will own your skins, your battle tags, your emotes, icons, everything. Like, and like if I earn a special skin from a special event, let's say there is a founders event for the first players that came into, they will receive like a special battle tag or a special skin or whatever. And maybe after a year or two, that those assets may value something, may value more than that they are now. And you can decide, maybe it's super cool to show off that you were here since the beginning, or
yeah.
maybe you want to sell it. It's
Because
a
it's limited, it's
Yeah,
scarce.
it's limited, and you'll be able to decide what to do with it.
What about land? Win matches to get virtual land and craft new NFTs. What do you have to tell us about this feature?
Well, lands is a bit, let's say, lands is super cool, a cool concept that we're building here. But I think this is more intended for guilds. You know, having lands will help you like increase your EOL yield. Like you'll be able to get more of that, and it can increase your rarity drop rate on the cards as well.
Yeah.
If you have a land, or you can put up buildings in those lands, like forges and extractors or something like that. But this is still a work in progress concept.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like that,
Interesting.
there's nothing set to stone yet.
So, what about PvE? I actually saw in the roadmap. Are you guys going to have PvE? I think so. I think I saw something like
So
that.
as I mentioned before,
Let's take a look into.
the games, the matches will be a mix of PvP and PvE. On the next builds, the game will change drastically. Like for now, you may have noticed that every time we go to an extractor to collect that essence, we kill the NPCs that are around. We stand there and we collect the essence. When we're done with that, the extractor just shuts down, right? On the next
Yeah.
updates, when we port to Unreal 5, the extractors will change to your team color.
Oh, so it's like
So
capturing points.
yeah, it will be about map dominance. You have
Oh,
to
so
dominate the map, and those extractors that you dominated, they will also provide you passive EOL, passive essence. You'll start harvesting passively. And another thing is that right now, when you die, you always respawn next to one ally. Or when all allies are dead, you respawn at the base, right?
okay.
On the next update, you will respawn
At an
on
extractor.
the extractor that you dominated.
That's on the minute. Oh, so interesting, actually. I really like this concept. Also, I really like the concept that it's not like team versus team or one versus one. It's like four squads in one big map, all fighting each other. I think that creates like so many strategic opportunities, so much like strategy, so much planning, so many different possible ways to overcome your opponents.
Yeah, and it's really crazy. Sometimes it gets really crazy when there are two or three squads at the same place shooting each other,
Yeah,
and like more than one squad trying to steal another squad base. Like there were matches that we've seen, four different squads at the same base fighting each other. It gets like super crazy.
crazy, like a super
12 people
fight.
shooting each other. It's like super fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've played it and I saw that, and it was really good. I really liked all the mess, the epic battles of like different squads fighting over like in an enemy base or something, or when the golem shows up, it's like a point of interest, and all the squads go there because if you kill it, you get like 10K in essence, and then that can change the game for you, and it's
Yeah.
nice to see this.
The golem right now is just a placeholder as well, but we're going to have different bosses. We'll have different NPCs as well. There will be three kind of difficulties of NPCs. The first ones being the easiest ones, and as you progress in the match and in the map, there will be more harder to kill NPCs, and the bosses will be different, and we'll make it more interesting to kill the bosses as well. Like for right now, the golem only gives you 10K essence, which means like three kills. Because right now you kill someone, you get
Get
three
3K, yeah.
yeah 3K. So sometimes it's not so worthy to get 10K. The next bosses will give you also some buffs, like when you kill the baron
Oh
or
yeah,
a dragon, you
in League
get
of
like a
Legends.
yeah, you get a temporary buff to the end game. So it'll be interesting to go after the boss now.
So are we going to see new bosses and new NPCs in the next patch?
Yes, of course, of course. It'll be around October, although,
Yeah.
but we'll have different NPCs and different bosses as well.
Oh, that's really super interesting. So that, I guess that's the next step. I was going to ask you which is the next step for the Harvest game, but I believe the next step is going to be like Unreal Engine 5, new bosses, maybe a new champion, right? Maybe NFT implementation. Are we going to see that? Are we going to see that in October as well? Like
Yes,
the
sure,
cars that
sure.
you already own?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
So next steps will be porting the game to Unreal 5. We already announced one new character, which is Braku. We already have it, the 3D model, the animations, the texture mapping, skills, and everything. Which we will announce the videos for it very soon. We're also already working on the concept design of another character, the Vanguard. Is super dope. And in October, we expect to have our beta version live, and during that, all cards will be available to everyone for testing
Oh,
and
for
balancing.
testing. Cool.
Yeah,
For
for
the balance.
testing and balancing.
On October. But October is still going to be like closed beta. You'll need a key to play the game, right?
Most likely, yes. Most likely,
Okay.
yes. We'll probably. It's also not set on stone, but I'm thinking it might be the closed beta might be for the NFT holders at first,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
then we'll gradually open for
More
more
players.
players to join and test the game and help us like with the balancing.
Yeah.
And that's why on the closed beta, the all the NFT cards with the abilities and powers, like everything will be open to test, because as you know, the more mutable contract is, the worse it is. And and we don't want to repeat things like in other games that you spend a lot of money to buy an NFT asset because it is the current meta,
Yeah.
and
And
then
then
like
everything
two
changes.
yeah 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later you get a nerf, and it's worth nothing.
Yeah, I remember that time I was playing like X Infinity, and yeah, it was always like that. Every time a season changes, your NFTs might go down in price or they might go up, and it was like kind of messy, you know. You never know what to bet on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, you said the other game's name, not me, right?
Yes.
But um, this is what we don't want to happen. Obviously, we are aware that there is no perfect world. There is no
Yes.
like perfect balancing. It's like nearly. I know it's impossible to do so, but we want to like get as close as we can.
That as possible.
You know,
Yeah.
as balanced as we can. So we will have to do like very small changes in the future, like very slight changes, because again we don't want to punish our players. We want to reward them.
Yeah, but there's really no way around. I mean, we've seen this in Web2 gaming, like Lost Relics. Sorry, Lost Relics. What's the name? No, I forgot the name of the MOBA, the League of Legends. Sorry, League of Legends. Uh, they've been around for what, like 5 6 years, and they still do nerfs and buffs all the time. So it is, as you said, it's like a continuous process. It's impossible to like be 100% balanced, like every class is balanced with the other available ones. And yeah, I mean, sometimes I think that's a bit maybe a downside of NFT gaming, which is your assets are NFTs, and if the game changes, your NFTs value might decrease. Okay, that's like one of the risks of investing in NFT gaming, but that's how it is. I don't believe there's like any other way around, you know.
Oh, we have another comment here on Light Cloud about the anti-cheat system and blacklisting on the wallets associated with cheating. Definitely yes. Definitely yes. We are aware of that, and like as I said, it's a shooting game, and we don't want people using aimbot
Yeah.
to win matches. This would be horrible. So yes, we are very aware of that, and it's a big concern for us.
Also, why Unreal over Unity?
I think it's more because of the developing experience from the game development studio. They have more experience with Unreal rather than Unity. I think that's it.
Okay, really interesting.
It's like asking why use Windows over Mac or why use Mac over Windows. It's like it's. I think now that like the both are reaching a really good level, it's just a matter of choice.
Of choice, right? Yeah, sometimes like if you already have a team that's like fully dot on a certain technology, why start all over again from scratch and learn something new from zero? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, the game development studios, just so everyone is like can rest assured, these guys from our game development studios, they really have experience. They have like over 20 years of game development experience. They are like ex Konami, ex Halo. They've been all over the place. Uh, these guys have been on esports for since Quake and StarCraft were like huge. And if I say Quake, you may notice that this was like a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. Quake was quite the game back then.
What was it like 20 years ago? I think.
Yeah, I think
So
it's from the 90s or the 80s or something like that.
I remember playing it on dial up. So yeah, it was around the 90s.
Yeah, quite nice. I feel like the team is always important. Like having a fully dot team in every project, it's always a must. So Light Cloud is asking, will there be a daily limit per day or uncapped? I think he's like talking about the tokens and NFTs you can earn.
I'm not so sure about this. Not so sure. Actually, this was the first time someone asked us about this daily limit.
Is there like some energy system or
No, we haven't. We haven't thought about that yet. This was the first time actually to have that question. But well, as far as we're still deciding, like whether only the team that gets in first place will earn the EOL or it will be distributed. Most likely, it will be just like for the top team.
okay? Okay, interesting. But I believe that somehow this is going to probably be kept. Otherwise, oh, well, I think you can't really use bots in this game. In a game like this, I think it's if it's something simpler, you might use bots. But in a third-person shooter as dynamic as this, is it possible to code bots for a game like this? I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't believe so either. So I think even if you like grind the whole day, you put a bot there to grind the whole day, 24 hours, you still have to win the matches and you still have to shoot other players. So I don't know. I don't think there will be like this kind of abuse in the game. So
This issue, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think when games are more simple, like Axie or something, definitely can code something for that. Or I think Voxy Tactics also having like some bot issues. But when the game is really complex, I think it becomes a way too hard task to do. It's kind of
Yeah,
harder to exploit the system.
I remember when I was playing that Axie, I would sometimes I would not even look at the cards. I would just swipe on the mobile any card until I win.
Sometimes you would win.
Yeah, sometimes you would win.
Yeah. But then in competitive mode, like if you're like high in the arena and you wanna try to go for top 100 or something, that then you would really need to set up a strategy. But yeah, quite hyped about the Harvest game. Are there any other NFT games you're bullish on or that you're playing on besides the Harvest?
Well, we have some other fractal partners. Like lately, I've been playing Earth from Another Sun, which is quite fun, actually. FUS. And we also have another project from FalcoGG, our publisher, which is Mouse Hunt. Mouse Hunt is also under development. They're still on the idle farming phase, but it looks very, very promising as well. I'm very bullish on that as well. And well, there are other projects that I would love to be able to play, but I just don't have the courage to like spend thousands of dollars again to get access.
Oh yeah. Okay, it is quite interesting. I have no more questions. Changer, is there anything you'd like to share about the Harvest that we didn't talk about?
Well, something very, very important. I'd like to invite everyone to join our Discord. You can join with Bruno's link as
It's in the
well.
description. Yeah.
We have daily gameplay sessions. Everyone can download the game and try it out and even earn some NFT cards. We have an event there that you schedule a gameplay session, you win a match, and you're entitled to win one NFT card a day for free.
That's a great deal. I mean, it's a nice way like to start accumulating some NFTs
I already
before.
have three.
I
I
think
have three.
I won 2 games, so I think I have like two besides the boxes that I bought. So I think it's a nice start.
Cool.
Okay, well, look, it was a pleasure. Thanks a lot for your time. It was a pleasure to have you on the Crypto Herd. Guys, for our audience, thanks for watching. I don't think we have any more questions. Thanks a lot. And see you in the metaverse.
See you guys.